and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing, as the title indicates, my Sephora VIB sale recommendations. We still have a while before the sale starts. I will leave all of the exact dates down below because I forget and I don't want to be wrong. So I'm just going to go through all of my top recommendations. I don't have a ton of stuff because I really wanted to narrow it down to the stuff I think is truly worth the money. Without any further ado, let's get into my Sephora VIB sale recommendations video. Let's go. Okay, so I have all of my products here in this little bin. First item that I would recommend picking up during the sale is the Dermalogica Clear Start Breakout Clearing Foaming Wash. This is the cleanser that I have been using religiously for the past 3 years. Used some other cleansers, I tested some, had sample sizes, etc. But I always go back to this one. It gives that clean feeling, so I wouldn't recommend using this too often. But if you want to really cleanse your skin and you have any type of breakouts or acne, I would definitely recommend this Clear Start Foaming Wash. Also, I have all of these products linked down below so that you can shop directly through the link. First product I would recommend. The second product that I have to recommend for you guys is a little more of a pricey one, which is good to buy during the sale. It's better to buy your more expensive products. So this is the Fresh Rose Face Mask, and it is infused with real rose petals, and it is made to hydrate and tone the skin, and that is what the product looks like there. I have very dry, dehydrated skin, and I also do like to firm and tone my skin, and I just think this is such a wonderful mask. It isn't stripping in any way, it's really just replenishing and hydrating. I love using it in the winter time especially. I have a lot of other face masks for hydrating the skin, but this really is my favorite. It's more of a jelly instead of a cream, which I really like, and it just sits on top. You leave it on for like 5 or 10 minutes, not very long, and then you just rinse it off, and your skin feels so nice and plump and hydrated and quenched. I just really do think this mask is worth the money. The next product that I have to mention is another pretty expensive one, and this is kind of skincare and makeup in one. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I don't use this as an everyday moisturizer, nor do I think you should, but in between moisturizer and foundation, if you do have very dry skin, I would recommend this. It just adds a level of hydration after your moisturizer to make your foundation go on much smoother. So if you have any type of texture, I think this would be really awesome. If you have acne, obviously this would be nice to add a little base before you go in with your foundation. If you have very dry skin, acne prone, as I said, I think you would really like this. Then the next product that I have is stepping into complexion, and this is a foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Invisible Cover Stick. I just find this formula so gorgeous. I've always been apprehensive of stick foundations because I do have very dry skin, and I just wasn't sure how they would blend out, if it would like stick to my skin and be a little cakey, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. I've never tried the original liquid HD, so I don't know how it compares to that. It gives a really nice coverage, but it doesn't feel super heavy. Like right now, I don't even really feel like I'm wearing foundation. You don't have that thick, cakey feeling with this. If you need a good foundation, this is one of my absolute favorites. The next product that I have to talk about is another complexion one, and this is a concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is an amazing concealer. I'm wearing it today. My skin is really bad right now, so the fact that I look decent, you can see I have some marks there that are very hard to cover because they're very intense right now. It says it's super coverage. I don't think that it's insane coverage. I don't think it gives as much as the Tarte Shape Tape, but I definitely think that it is a nice coverage, and it feels a lot lighter than the Shape Tape in my opinion. I find it to be very smoothing on my under eyes. It's very hydrating in comparison to the Shape Tape, I would say. It does tend to crease a little bit more than my thicker, drier concealers just because it is a little more luminous and hydrating and smoothing. When it comes down to it, every single concealer creases on me to a certain degree, and when I wear lower lash line mascara or shadow, you don't really notice that so much, so that isn't something that I necessarily look for because every concealer does crease on me, so I rather it be good coverage, hydrating, and smoothing, and this one really does that for me. If you need a new concealer and you are into looking smooth, a little bit dewy, very healthy, and getting good coverage, then you should definitely check out this one. The last real complexion product I have to talk about is probably going to be a surprise to none of you if you consistently watch my videos, and that is the MAC Studio Fix powder. This is their powder foundation, and this one here is in NC10, but this is my under eye setting shade. My face shade is NC15 for reference, and this is just the most gorgeous face powder I have ever used. I have lots of face powders. I have lots of pressed ones. I have lots of loose ones. This is still my favorite after so many years. I've gone through so many of these. A lot of people tend to forget about MAC nowadays. You can purchase MAC now on Sephora, so you can get that discount. I know I'm going to be repurchasing this powder during the sale. This powder is really nice if you're wearing no makeup on top of a full face of makeup. It's a very smoothing powder, I find. I don't have a lot of issues with texture, but I do have very dry skin, and this powder doesn't look cakey on me by any means. I have turned so many people onto this powder since I've started using it. People with oily skin, people with dry skin, people with more mature aging skin. My mom loves this and I love this. So if you need a new powder, if you want it to set your under eye, if you want to lightly powder your whole face, if you want to do like full coverage on your whole face, this powder can literally do anything, and I think this is such an amazing, just like magical product. So if you've never tried the MAC Studio Fix powder, I would recommend getting it during the sale. And then my last face product is by Fenty. This is a classic one. This is her Kilowatt Highlighter Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. It is the highlight that I'm wearing today. Super gorgeous for those of you that have fair skin. This is the best highlighter that I have found personally. This side, Lightning Dust, is a more soft, smooth highlight, and then Fire Crystal has more of a glitter to it. I like to either mix them together or put one on top of the other. It's just such a beautiful duo. These shades are so complimentary on pale, fair skin. If you've never tried Fenty highlighters, there's a reason they're so hyped. I would definitely try the Kilowatt duos over the single ones. The Diamond Bomb one, I know that's more glittery, but the Kilowatt duos are stunning. Then for lips, my absolute favorite go-to liquid lipstick formula is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude, I believe is what they're called, liquid lipsticks. I know liquid lipsticks are kind of phasing out. I was personally never a big fan. I'm more of a lipstick girl. As you can tell, I have a lot of lipsticks, but these are an exception. They smell incredible. They're very hydrating, a little bit moisturizing. The shade range is incredible if you are into pinky nudes or nudes in general. This is in the shade Swag. So that there is what Swag looks like. I used a combination of all three on my lips today and then put on the Glossier gloss. So that there is Juju and that is Swag. You can see it's a lot darker. And then I have a lighter, more nude one, and this one is called Slay. So that is the shade Slay. I feel like this one will be the most popular one with the majority of people because it really is the perfect pinky nude. It is just a gorgeous light pink nude. Swag is my favorite. If you have never tried the Bare Minerals liquid lips, you definitely need to. This is probably, like, if you're a lip product person, this would be my #1 recommendation. I think they are so underrated. No one talks about them. They are the best. Then lastly, I have some brushes to talk about. I don't normally talk about brushes or tools on my channel because, to be honest, I find it kind of boring, so I'm going to whiz through this portion. That being said, the Sephora Pro Airbrush collection brushes are incredible. I have a lot of different brushes, but these 4 are definitely my favorites. The Pro Airbrush Detail Brush. This is number 57. This is amazing for buffing out concealer under the eye if you're into using brushes for that. Pro Tapered Crease, number 19. This is my go-to crease brush. It's a little big, but it's still a little bit tapered on the top. Love this. The Pro Slanted Buffing 88. If you are into foundation brushes, this is my favorite one that I've tried. It is incredibly dense, which I was worried about. I I was worried it would kind of just drag my foundation and remove it in certain spots, but it doesn't. I love to use this with my stick foundations. I use it with the Makeup Forever one that I mentioned. This is my top recommendation. It is the Sephora Pro Airbrush 55. This brush is everything. I used it today. It is just so smoothing and like airbrushing, which it says in the name. I really like using the same brush for bronzer and powder because I feel like it gives a more natural, seamless finish. So if you are looking for a good brush, I know it's not a super exciting thing to buy, but the Sephora Pro Airbrush 55 will change your makeup game. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video chatting about makeup. Let me know if you are going to purchase any of these things. I would love to chat about it. I love talking about makeup, so definitely comment and let me know your plans. And yes, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope that you had an absolutely awesome day. Bye!